Are you guys wondering how to train for the 800 like Cooper Lutkenhaus? Watch this video. So the first thing you want to do when training for the 800 is work on speed work. And this is speed work done at 800 meter pace and 400 meter pace, and sometimes even a little bit faster like sprint work. So basically, a good workout you could do is 6x200s 800 meter pace, 3x150s at 400 meter pace, and 3x60 meters all out sprint. That's it. You sandwich a warm-up of, depending on what your mileage is, you sandwich a warm-up of about 20 minutes and a cool down of about 10 minutes, or maybe a 30-minute warm-up and a 20-minute cool down depending on how much mileage you're doing. You sandwich that in between, and you do this workout once a week, and you are going to start building up your speed and building up your natural speed so that you can run the 800 meters more relaxed. And make sure when you're doing this speed work, you're practicing on good form, you're practicing on breathing, and you're practicing on making sure you're getting 172 to about 200 strides a minute. Secondly is working on your mileage. So you need to make sure your mileage is going up a little bit. I feel like most 800 meter runners are trying to run, 10, 15, 20 miles a week. But I do feel like increasing that mileage to 40 to even 50 miles a week is going to be very beneficial. And the main thing you want to do is have a good long run. So your long run should be very important to you, and this should be at zone 2, which is going to be 60 to 75% of your maximum heart rate or a conversational pace. So just very slow, very easy, very controlled, and you're going to want to work on trying to do this zone 2 long run at least 25% of your weekly mileage. So if your weekly mileage is 40 miles, you want to do at least 10-mile long run, upwards of maybe 33% of your weekly mileage as your long run. So maybe up to like about 13 miles, so 13 and a half miles as your long run. So you want to build up your mileage slowly. So start out at your normal mileage, which would be probably 15 miles a week, and then build up about 5 miles a week every month. So go from like 15 miles a week for 1 month, then go to 20 for 1 month, then go to 25 for 1 month, and then maybe stay at 25 for 3 months, and then go up to 30 for a couple months and stay at 30 for so many months like during the season. And I would not increase your mileage really during the season. I would increase your mileage during the off season, where it's like cross country season, or the summer or the winter. That's when I'd increase your mileage, not during the track season. With the increasing mileage, number 3 is making sure you're doing cross country, or at least doing some type of cross country. If you don't want to do cross country with your actual school, like if you're in high school or college and you don't want to actually do cross country with the team because maybe you're not that fast, so you just don't want to do cross country, do some road races, right? Go on the roads, find some road races, always road races and park runs and different things around. You can sign up for some road races, maybe do like 3 to 5 races, like 5K races. If you're doing 10K, only do 3, but do like some 5 to 10K races, maybe even half marathons, and just push yourself to run that longer distance. And you're gonna build up your endurance by running these longer distance runs, and it's gonna help you be able to push through that 800, because during track season you can always do like 400s, 200s, 4x4s, 4x1. You can always do like whatever you want to do. You can always do those faster events, so you can work on that stuff during track season. But you can't always go and do 5Ks and 10Ks during track season, or 2 miles or a mile or whatever, 3K. You can't always do that during track season because you want to focus on running the fastest 800 you can, and that's in like the middle of the meet. So what I would say is what I would do is I would train that longer races during the off season. One of the most basic things that Cooper Lutkenhaus does is he runs the 800 really well. So when you run the 800, you want to stay very relaxed for the first lap, but you still need to get out fast. So what I've learned from coaching for the past 10 years of running the 800 meters is that if you go out too fast, you're going to die, and you're going to run a really slow second lap. If you go out too slow, you may be able to negative split, right? You may be able to negative split, but you're not necessarily running the fastest time you could run. But if you try to run more even splits, that's when you're going to run your fastest time. So your first lap should be a little bit faster than your second lap, and I want to say by like a second or two. Not by much, just by like a second or two. And you're gonna slow down a little bit on your second lap, but you should be able to keep that same speed you ran for the first 400 up to about 600 meters. And then you should only be slowing down slightly during your last little bit. And you may be able to even negative split it by a little bit. So you run like, you know, a 1 minute and a 59.5 or something. You may be able to even do like a negative split like that. Or run, you know, a 59.5 in a 1 minute, something like that. But it should be very close to each other because you're trying to evenly run the race properly. I always feel like evenly splitting a race is gonna be the fastest way to run any race, right? Like, I feel like sometimes for an endurance race, starting out a little bit slower may help. But what I say is this: everyone that breaks world records, runs at world record pace or close to world record pace, has a good day, and is able to go faster than what they thought was possible on that day, and they end up negative splitting the race. Because most races are negative split other than the 800 and the 400. Every other race has a negative split to the world record. And I think that has to do with that. But I think with the wave lights coming out and everyone doing like an average pace, like running at an average pace, it's making it easier to break world records, because evenly pacing, I think, is the best way to break your personal best. So try to evenly pace it every 200 meters. Even do the first 100, 200, 400, 600. Try to evenly pace it, or at least get that first 400 down and then go from there. Because once you get the first 400, you're kind of already set into the pace that you're going to run for the rest of the race. The last thing, and my favorite workout to do, is the Norwegian 4x4. If you guys don't know what the Norwegian 4x4 is, it's a workout, it's a VO2 max workout, an interval workout, where what you're doing is you're doing 4 minutes on, 4 minutes off, 4 times. And you're doing this and you're trying to evenly spread out this workout, so you're pushing yourself really hard during this workout. It's a very hard workout. You don't need to go to like 110%, but push yourself to like 95%. Go really hard, get, you know, close to your max heart rate. Push yourself, and what you're gonna get out of this workout is you're gonna build your maximum oxygen intake. This is your energy system. This is like your horsepower in yourself, and you want to do this once a week during the season, and then during off season when you're not really doing any races, that's when you kind of rest a little bit from these VO2 max workouts, so you give your body a little bit of recovery, because these are gonna be the harder workouts, but these are really gonna build your VO2 max. And it's been actually proven in studies that the Norwegian 4x4 is the best way to build your VO2 max. So that's what I'd recommend you guys do, is start doing Norwegian 4x4. And since you're running for 4 minutes hard, you're really pushing yourself to build a little bit of endurance as well, because you're only running the 800 in about 2 minutes. You know, less than 2 minutes, some a little bit above 2 minutes, but you're running it in about 2 minutes. And so you're not running for that long, but when you run for 4 minutes 4 times, you're really pushing yourself to run hard for 4 straight minutes, and that's really gonna build up your VO2 max very well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you wanna learn how to run the mile like Sam Roos, click over here.